Hello, my name is Ashish Udgave. I am working as an assistant professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Yedra, Itsalganji. I am welcome to all in the lecture of kinematics. Today, in video number 4, we are going to cover motion of rotation, which is related to kinematics. Motion of rotation. Introduction. Some bodies like pulleys, shaft, flywheels, etc. have motion of rotation, that is angular motion, which takes place about geometric axis of the body. The angular velocity of a body is always expressed in terms of revolutions described in 1 minute. For example, if at an instant the angular velocity of a rotating body in n rpm, that is revolutions per minute, the corresponding angular velocity omega in radian may be found out as described below. 1 revolution per minute is equal to 2 pi radian per minute. Therefore, n revolutions per minute is equal to 2 pi n radian per minute, and angular velocity omega is equal to 2 pi n radian per minute is equal to 2 pi n divided by 60 radian per second. Important terms. The following terms which will be frequently used in this chapter. Number 1, angular displacement. It is the total angle through which body has rotated and is usually denoted by theta. Mathematically, if a body is rotating with a uniform angular velocity omega, then in t seconds the angular displacement theta is equal to omega into t. Number 2, angular velocity. It is a rate of change of angular displacement of a body and is expressed in rpm, that is revolutions per minute, or in radian per second. It is usually denoted by omega. Mathematically, omega is equal to d theta upon dt. Number 3, angular acceleration. It is a rate of change of angular velocity and is expressed in radian per second square and is usually denoted by alpha. It may be constant or variable. We know that therefore alpha is equal to d omega by dt. We already know that omega is equal to d theta by dt. Therefore alpha is equal to d square theta by dt square. We also know that alpha is equal to d omega by dt. Multiplying numerator and denominator by d theta, we get d omega by d theta into d theta by dt. We know that d theta by dt is equal to omega. Therefore we get alpha is equal to omega into d theta by dt. Relationship between angular motion and linear motion. Linear or tangential velocity of a rotating body. Consider a body rotating about its axis as shown in figure. Let omega is equal to angular velocity of a body in radian per second. R is equal to radius of circular path in meters. V is equal to linear velocity of a particle on periphery in meter per second. After 1 second, the particle will move v meters along the circular path and the angular displacement will be omega radians. We know that length of arc is equal to radius of arc into angle subtended in radian. Therefore we get v is equal to r into omega. Linear or tangential acceleration of a rotating body. Consider a body rotating about its axis with constant angular acceleration as well as linear acceleration. We know that linear acceleration a is equal to dv upon dt is equal to d upon dt into v. We also know that in motion of rotation the linear velocity v is equal to r into omega. Now substituting the value of v in equation 1, we get a is equal to d upon dt into r into omega is equal to r into d omega by dt. We know that d omega by dt is equal to alpha. Therefore we get a is equal to r into alpha, where alpha is nothing but angular acceleration in radian per second square and is equal to d omega by dt. Please note that the above relation in terms of angular acceleration may be may also be written as alpha is equal to A upon R. Motion of rotation under constant angular acceleration. Consider a particle rotating about its axis. Let omega naught be the initial angular velocity, omega be the final angular velocity, t be the time in seconds taken by the particle to change its velocity from omega naught to omega, alpha be the constant angular acceleration in radian per second square, and theta be the total angular displacement in radians. Let us consider uniformly accelerated motion with angular acceleration alpha. From definition of angular acceleration, we know that alpha is equal to d omega by dt. Therefore, we get d omega is equal to alpha into dt. Integrating both these sides, we get integration of d omega is equal to integration of alpha into dt. Since alpha is constant, therefore we get omega is equal to alpha t plus c1. We call this as equation number 1, where c1 is constant of integration. When t is equal to 0, final angular velocity is nothing but initial angular velocity is equal to omega naught. Substituting these values in equation 1, we get omega naught is equal to 0 plus c1. Therefore c1 is equal to omega naught. Thus we get omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. This is first equation of angular motion. Now from definition of angular velocity, d theta by dt is equal to omega. But from equation A, we know that omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. Therefore we get d theta is equal to omega naught plus alpha t into dt. Integrating both these sides, integration of d theta is equal to integration of omega naught t plus alpha t into dt. Therefore we get theta is equal to omega naught t plus 1 half alpha t square plus c2. We call this as equation number 2, where c2 is constant of integration. When t is equal to 0, omega is equal to 0. Therefore c2 is equal to 0. Substituting c2 is equal to 0 in equation 2, we get theta is equal to omega naught t plus 1 half alpha t square. This is second equation of angular motion. Now from definition of angular acceleration, alpha is equal to rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time. Therefore alpha is equal to d omega by dt. Multiplying numerator and denominator by d theta, we get alpha is equal to d omega by d theta into d theta by dt. We know that d theta by dt, that is rate of change of angular displacement with respect to time, is nothing but angular velocity. Therefore alpha is equal to omega into d omega by d theta. Therefore we get alpha into d theta is equal to omega into d omega. Integrating both these sides, therefore alpha into d theta is equal to integration of omega into d omega. Therefore we get alpha into theta is equal to 1 half omega square plus c3. We call this as equation number 3. When t is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0, and omega, that is final angular velocity, is nothing but initial angular velocity, is equal to omega naught. Substituting these values in equation 3, we get c3 is equal to minus 1 half into omega square. Substituting these values in equation 3, we get alpha into theta is equal to 1 half omega square minus omega naught square. Hence we get omega square minus omega naught square is equal to twice alpha into theta. This is third equation of angular motion. Thus equation of a motion of a body moving with constant acceleration are: number 1, omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. Number 2, theta is equal to omega naught t plus 1 half alpha t square. And number 3, omega square minus omega naught square is equal to twice alpha into theta. Relation between linear motion and angular motion. Initial velocity of a body in linear motion is denoted by u, and initial velocity of a body in angular motion is denoted by omega naught. Final velocity of a body in linear motion is denoted by small v, and final velocity of a body in angular motion is denoted by omega. Acceleration of a body in linear motion is denoted by a, and acceleration of a body in angular motion is denoted by alpha. Total distance traversed, that is displacement, is denoted by s in terms of linear motion, and in terms of angular motion displacement is denoted by theta. Formula for final velocity in terms of linear motion is equal to v is equal to u plus at, and formula for final velocity in angular motion omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. Formula for distance traversed in linear motion, s is equal to ut plus 1 half at square, and formula for distance traversed in angular motion, theta is equal to omega naught t plus 1 half alpha t square. Formula for final velocity in linear motion is equal to v square is equal to u square plus twice as, and formula for final velocity in angular motion omega square is equal to omega naught square plus twice alpha theta. We know that in linear motion velocity is nothing but a rate of change of displacement with respect to time. Therefore v is equal to ds upon dt. Whereas in angular motion, angular velocity omega is nothing but it is the rate of change of angular displacement with respect to time. Therefore omega is equal to d theta upon dt. We also know that acceleration in linear motion is nothing but it is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Therefore a is equal to dv upon dt. Whereas in angular motion, angular acceleration alpha, it is the rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time. Therefore alpha is equal to d omega by dt. In next video we will solve problems on motion of rotation. Please note that this video is prepared for academic use only. For understanding the basic concepts of motion of rotation of kinematics for UG students only. Thank you. Thanks a lot. For any query, please feel free to contact me on mail or on mobile. Thank you.